If you thought we'd seen the last of guys named Shelby making history, well, you were wrong.
There is another.
Instead of a Cobra or 4GT, this Jared Shelby, who's actually not related to Carroll, made the world's fastest hypercar, the SSC Tuatara, which just hit way above 300 miles per hour. Today, I'll tell you everything you need to know about it and all the huge records it just broke. Let's get into it. On October 10th, the Tuatara reached an insane Guinness record top speed of 316.1 miles an hour, far above the previous 277.9 that the Agera RS hit in 2017 on the same stretch of road. Jesus, that was already 3 years ago. I feel like such an old man. That 316 is somehow not the craziest part. For Guinness regulations, the cars are required to make a run in both directions and then they use the average. Against the wind, the Tuatara hit 301. With the wind, it got up to 331.2 miles an hour.
Whoa, what?
Getting into the wild stats that got it up to that speed, I'll start with this monster of an engine.
Damn. This a big bitch.
It's a 5.9-liter twin-turbo flat-plane crank V8 that makes 1750 horsepower and 1341 pound-feet of torque on E85. When it revs up to its 8,800 RPM redline, I can't even imagine the boosted V8 magic going on in this thing.
So there's never a trace.
That power goes through a 7-speed automated manual transmission that shifts in less than 100 milliseconds to the rear wheels with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. The CEO said for this run, the tires were overfilled with nitrogen, the rear wing was locked down so it wouldn't activate if anything goes wrong, and the car was driven in its track mode. Speaking of aerodynamics, the Tuatara's design was done by an ex-Pininfarina designer and was influenced by fighter jets. It supposedly has a lower drag coefficient than any of its high-performance competitors. With its carbon fiber body, it has a dry weight of only 2,750 pounds. You thought the legendary 1:1 had the best power-to-weight ratio, right?
No way. We got you. Not a chance.
Well, the Tuatara's ratio comes in at 1.4 to 1. Race car driver Oliver Webb, who made the top speed run, said the car was still pulling well and that the crosswinds were all that prevented us from realizing the car's limit. At this point, I bet you Bugatti and Koenigsegg are already sick of seeing all this. Most people expected only these two companies to keep climbing since most of the 300-mile-an-hour concept cars haven't been seen since their renderings. It's probably worse for Koenigsegg because the Tuatara specs are like a Koenigsegg on steroids, and Jared Shelby looks like Christian von Koenigsegg on steroids.
But anywho,
Koenigsegg still has cars in the works that they haven't tested yet, and Bugatti claimed that their Chiron Supersport could have hit 320 miles an hour in Nevada with the elevation and thinner air. Although they were the first to hit 300, they didn't take the record because they only went one way. On the other hand, Shelby says it's going to be really difficult for them if they follow the world record criteria to have a shot to ever hold this record again. Obviously, I have nothing but respect for all these companies, but I've got to say, that's a badass statement. The other records that SSC took home are the fastest flying mile, fastest flying kilometer, and highest top speed achieved on a public road. Over the years, Shelby has done incredible stuff. The first car he made, the Ultimate Aero, was the fastest production car in the world from '07 till the record was taken by the Veyron Supersport. A lot of people made fun of that car for the interior and for looking like a Diablo. Now though, this is an all-American car made from the ground up that looks like nothing else and goes like nothing else.
hell yeah, brother. 18-pack of Mountain Dew, here we come.
The Tuatara's design was actually patented in 2011, and for the past few years, the company's been pretty quiet besides stuff like short teaser videos on their YouTube channel. The CEO recently told Motor Authority about a little brother in the works with 700 to 800 horsepower from an NEV8 that'll be priced from $400,000 to $500,000. They don't plan to start these until the Tuataras are done, but this means owning an SSC will be possible for people who, like me, have that much money. Tell me in the comments, what companies are you rooting for to take the next top speed record? I don't think right now there's anything that could beat this car, although companies are dreaming up insane stuff. Even the Venom F5 had about 100 more horsepower and weighed almost the same amount, but Hennessy's been just jumping in for publicity and then not really delivering. I think the Tuatara is going to hold this one for a while because of the gap they put between them and the past competition. As always, if you enjoyed this video, tapping that little like button would be super cool, and subscribe to Liberty Drives for more American car content and news. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you next week. Have a great day.